Day, how's it going, man?
It's going pretty good. How about yourself?
Oh, not too bad. Thanks for joining us today. What's the mood like been with the guys this week after that loss at UAB?
Honestly, I feel like it's brought us together more as a team because, as you've seen in the past years, we haven't really played that well against UAB. And last week, it was so close. That one hurt us. It hurt us as a team. So it just made us want to come out and even practice harder and just go harder. So we could be prepared for the next opponent.
How would you say the defense is playing? Do you think you guys are improving from week to week?
Yeah, every week I think we gradually improve. And last week we showed we can be very dominant at times going against a good offense like UAB has. And yeah, I think last week was a good week for us just to see where we stand and how good we can be at times.
What about yourself personally? How would you say you've played so far this season?
Uh, I haven't really played up to my expectations, but uh, I feel like when I'm in the game, I do my part to help the defense out. So that's what matters most. And the individual accolades don't really matter to me as much as the wins do.
So on the depth chart, you're listed as a linebacker, the Sam linebacker. How different is that position for you versus anything else you played?
It's not really different. It's sort of the nickel position. It's just labeled as a linebacker because of the set we run. But I've never really just thought about it that much. I mean, I just play physical and I just have fun. That's the way you got to play. Especially if you're going to be down there close to the box, you just got to play physical. You got to play tough. You can't think about it. You just have to go.
Okay, Greg, you're up.
Adrian, how you doing?
I'm doing good, doing good.
I'm wondering, did you have any experience in that type of role before, or was this kind of a transition for you this year?
Last year we played kind of sort of similar defense. I was a nickel safety, so it's kind of the same, except in this defense I'm playing more in the run fit as a Sam linebacker. But yeah, it's not that much of a change.
What was it like for you going through that injury situation this year? That one looked pretty scary. What happened on that play?
It was very tough. I just got rolled up on and I fell the wrong way. It looked way worse than it was. I mean, it still hurt, but through the grace of God, I managed to get out with not something as serious as I would have thought.
Was it a challenge for you to get back to the field, and do you feel like fully 100% now? Where do you stand?
Oh yes, sir. I feel great now, and it was a challenge, but I put in a lot of work in that week I took off last week. So I just stayed dedicated, and I got back on the field.
You've obviously taken on a pretty big role for this team now. What would you say are the biggest challenges you've overcome just to get to this point in your career? It could be anything on the field or off the field that you've kind of made it through to reach where you are now.
Definitely my son. I have a son who's a year and a half old, and he plays a big part in what I do every day, just waking up from school to waking up to anything I do. I think about my son first and how it'll affect him.
What's his name?
Daxton.
Cool. And it's been interesting this year. You have your younger brother is now on the team, kind of getting to see him play and getting a chance to have some opportunities out there. What's that dynamic been like for you?
Oh, that's my best friend right there. It feels so good to be playing with my brother again. I got to play with him my senior year in high school, but he broke his ankle in the season, so we didn't really get to play that much together. So just for him to have an opportunity to be back here with me again feels so good.
How would you evaluate how he's done so far?
I think he's picked up on it great, especially being a freshman, true freshman out there. And he's just learning every day. He's getting better. He always asks me, like, even when we're not in football, we're at home, he'll be asking me about plays, asking me how he could play this better. And I just love that about him. He always wants to get better. He's a competitor, just like me.
What jumps out about BYU getting ready for this opponent specifically?
They have a very exceptional quarterback. The quarterback is really good. So we're just going to have to do our jobs this week, and I feel like we'll play good against them.
Is there something that you can gain as a team from playing a group as strong as theirs is? Is there something you take from that and can go forward in the year after this one?
Honestly, we just look at every opponent the same. We don't really strategize different from much. We're just a physical defense. We're going to get to the ball. We're going to play tough, and that's what we're going to do every week.
One of the interesting things in this game is that Rashad's not going to be out there for you guys for the first half. Do you or anybody else take on an extra leadership role, or what impact does that have on you guys?
Rashad is a big leader for us, but him not being there in the first half, it's going to I feel like it'll take an effect a little bit, but once we get rolling, we're hard to stop on that defense when we get rolling.
Last week was your first real road trip going somewhere. How was it different from a usual year, given all the different precautions that are in place for you guys?
The mask was a big deal. Just the biggest thing was having us stay focused through everything that was going on outside of the football game, and just having to stay locked in that whole time, because like you said, it was our first real road trip. So it was many different things going on. That was our first time staying at a hotel this year. So it was a lot going on. We just had to I think I gave us more time to get mentally buttoned up and just get ready, stay focused for the game.
Is there anything about that process that you want to do differently this week?
We just got to finish. That's all.